And here we go.
A movie review.
All right.
There you go.
Let's talk about what we saw this Friday.
Moonfall.
Moonfall.
Yes.
A movie that
Love it.
I've never talked more during a movie and
Yelled.
enjoyed talking.
Right?
Yes. We really leaned into the whole
Mystery Science
Mystery
3000.
Science
Mystery
Theater.
Science Theater. We're not going to be quiet.
This is
so
a
that
party
other-
movie where
Yeah.
you can watch
It
it.
was.
Yeah.
Popcorn, beer.
Better to not see it at the theater so you could get loud or this would be one that you'd want to be at a theater where people just enjoy.
Everyone's like
Everybody's clapping and
and
laughing
yelling
and yelling stuff at the screen.
laughing.
Don't do it! You know.
It was like Armageddon without the sad parts.
There you go. I would say that's what I would compare it to. Armageddon. You
Yeah,
know?
where does this fall?
It was
Moonfall
It
between
was Armageddon, and it cut out like the half an hour of seriousness.
Yeah,
or
there
like
you go.
I don't know, actual intense sad emotion. This had those elements of like enter child, feel emotion of
They
separation
tried.
or
They
something. They tried, but it was
we
like
we mentioned how they did not develop these characters
No,
very
Now,
it
well.
you said you watched it again, Don,
I
for a
did.
second time, and you said you didn't talk as much.
Not as much. No, I watched it with my son Zach, and
Okay.
and he was
did he think it was ridiculous?
he did, and
Yeah.
I actually said, like, oh, you'll love this.
did he
This
look
is
at
like
his phone?
It's a classic disaster movie. Oh well, I hate disaster movies. So he
Oh.
was coming at
Okay,
it
well,
from
then
like,
that's not the one to watch.
but
then.
he ended up, being interested enough to keep watching it.
Sure. He didn't leave the
because-
room.
Yeah,
All right.
and I encouraged him by saying it's not 100% serious. It's it's a little it's not tongue in cheek, but it's
Oh, I think it
they're
is.
they're having quite a bit of fun with this.
I feel like you'll enjoy it more if you take it that way.
Yes.
Like you can't. This is not a serious
like
Armageddon
read
movie.
between the lines. It's made to be kind of funny.
It was
a
very.
little bit.
It was very. I don't even know if he was going for that, but that's what he achieved.
well,
it was very formulaic.
Emmerich is known for copying the best of sci-fi,
Yeah.
and then just
Is
putting
that
it in, and putting it into.
It was
a movie.
condensed.
He whatever cliche that works. He just brings them all in
He's
there.
made some good movies. You
Yeah,
know,
some
he
of-
wrote Independence Day,
yeah, that way.
I mean, we love Independence
The
Day,
Day After Tomorrow.
Right.
Not a favorite of mine.
but I
No.
like it.
Oh, I
But
love
it's
that.
I like
crazy.
it. There's like a scene where
watched
wolves
it
are
3
after
times.
people and stuff. You have that like there's elements of ridiculousness.
That's
you know
why.
what I mean?
That's why I watch Independence Day and The Day After Tomorrow, and why you should watch Moonfall. You're talking about San Andreas Fault, is
Right, San
another,
Andreas. San
one.
Andreas.
Midway. He also did Midway.
Oh, interesting.
Phenomenal.
But you want to see the moon crash into the Earth,
Yeah.
Right.
and there was some special effects in this one that
Yeah.
you've never seen before.
Like Los Angeles
Mm-hmm.
flooding
and then gravity going.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
haywire.
A gravity wave. Also did 2012, which I would say
Again.
I like that movie.
That
Oh, I
was
love
that was
that.
similar to this in that was kind of fun. That was John Cusack and the
Yeah.
whole
Limo jumping
the
over
limo,
stuff.
right?
I love that.
Similar scenes, right? Where I love the scene in this one where the Earth is collapsing, but yet they gun the Lexus with the entire cast in the car.
Well, it is a major
and they have-
sponsor.
and they have
Yeah.
to,
Oh, yeah.
they have to bounce off this one little, piece of rock that's left. That's a perfect ramp
Yeah.
to make it to the next side.
Yeah.
The classic stuff like that.
I mean, if you're
That is
looking
a
for
classic.
if you're looking for accuracy,
you're gonna go ahead
No.
and suspend your disbelief.
Oh, beyond
That's
that.
what I mean. That's why, like, it was ridiculous.
You have
there
to
were
like-
so many things about it that
Ridiculous.
were just ridiculous.
you
but
need to like Sharknado. If you like something like that,
it was fun.
this is going to be a way better version. But I mean, you have to be someone that would watch Sharknado.
Now, I thought there
think.
was less special effects, if you're counting just like the Earth going to shit, than San Andreas Fault or
Right.
2012.
Even Day After Tomorrow, like, there was big action scenes like that, but there was a lot of just
There was a lot of talking.
dialogue
I would say
and-
there was, for me, a little too much talking.
it.
Not
In
enough
this
I'll
TV.
say this too:
Yeah.
the acting
Okay.
wasn't terrible.
No, it
So
wasn't.
that could have really taken it down a notch if you had, because it was fairly cheesy in the formula that it followed, but the acting was pretty good.
Yeah, I think
So-
so. Halle Berry was great.
Yeah, I mean, they did what they needed to
Patrick
do.
Wilson was good.
Patrick
John
Wilson.
Bradley was on point for the comedic relief.
Oh yeah, he was the best.
You mean
Yeah.
Chris Pratt? I'm just
Right.
kidding.
Oh yeah. Patrick Wilson did
Patrick
have an
Wil-
uncanny resemblance to Chris Pratt in this movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about him in
Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones, yeah.
Yeah. John Bradley, who played the conspiracy theorist.
Was he the
He's the
chubby guy with the glasses?
the bearded chubby fellow, the British fellow.
Well, remind me of Simon Pegg.
Yes.
Casey Houseman.
Right.
Did
you-
me as well.
Yeah, he played the same part that Simon Pegg would play.
Right. Michael Pena had a small part, but added his, typical.
I'm going to say that the amount of
Believability.
alcohol involved and the talking,
Yes.
I really kind of need to watch it, by
Again.
myself.
Again.
Like just without talking.
I mean, if I had watched this with like the expectation of it being a kind of like real feeling Armageddon type movie,
Right, like-
I would have been like, I
Yeah.
roll. This
Right.
This is stupid.
Yeah, like had we all been like taking it real serious, trying
Like
to
no
make sure
talking, no
Yeah.
talking.
Okay,
Right, no.
rewind that. I didn't hear what he said.
No.
You didn't need to do that.
It was.
You
it-
could kind of like, okay, I get the point.
It's
This
a party movie.
Yeah.
It is a party movie.
If you had a bunch of people over and
Yeah.
you want to drink,
Mhm.
watch this.
Yeah,
And,
you're gonna know
action,
what's going
adventure,
on, even if you
sci-fi.
miss parts here and there, or even if you miss a part. Like it's you
Right.
just-
You don't have
you
to.
can fill in the
even
blanks.
if you don't, by the end of it, exactly know what the crazy black blob is that's flying around. You're still going to enjoy it. Because actually, when I watched it the second time, I was like, oh, I guess I kind of missed this whole part right here where they're explaining what, the.
But like the explanation
previous-
is so weak that
The
you're
competing-
like,
the
okay.
competing technologies.
completing technologies in a previous civilization and that whole thing where they really try to
Explain
pin it down. It's
Yeah.
I
like,
really don't know why
I
it
don't
was
need to-
falling.
I don't need
was
to-
it because that thing like changed the mass of something? And basically, it's like a drain. It's getting closer and closer
somehow
to the Earth.
right it screwed up the insides of the fake moon and the
megastructure.
and the dwarf star that
How
was-
are we ever going to
whatever
get back
the
to
white dwarf what kind of dwarf was it in there?
There can't be a part
White
two.
dwarf.
Well, yeah. I mean, like the whole premise that like, okay, so we stopped the moon, and now it's gonna be okay. Was a little bit like,
Yeah.
But
well,
the
we're
moon
gonna-
is fake. It's basically almost made out of cheese. It's
It
closer
looked
to
like
that.
a Death Star by the end of it. Sorry for the spoiler, but yeah, you kind of knocked the dust off of the top of the thing, and it was like, oh shit,
It's a Death Star.
it's
Oh, it was a mega structure, as they
Yes.
called it.
Yeah.
mega structure. Yeah. So right. I mean, there's definitely room for a sequel where they're rebuilding the entire Earth because everything's went to
Well,
shit.
they're gonna have to put the moon back together and put it up there. How are our tides gonna work? I mean,
Yeah.
It's a one-off movie. They tried to make a part two.
They did actually, right? They do something at the very last scene with John Bradley, this
I don't remember.
conspiracy theorist, where
Whiskey.
I don't, should I spoil it completely?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't remember.
So, right, because the whole point of it is it ends up, that's the ending, is he sacrifices himself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right, and-
To blow up the EMP.
Now I remember what
and
you're
so
talking about.
he's blown up, but then all of a sudden, the last scene, it's a white screen, and his
Spoilers.
and he, yes, complete spoiler here.
We'll put
Last
that
scene
in
of
the
the
pause
movie.
or stop listening now if you
We'll
care.
put it in the notes.
He is standing there in the same completely white background as himself, and then he says, "Am I alive?"
It's like Contact.
And
Remember,
then-
David?
and
His
then-
mom
yeah.
is talking
and
to
then
him,
his mother comes in a wheelchair, and she's
but
oh,
she's
mother.
like the mind of the alien.
Right, and then, oh, am I alive or am I dead? We downloaded your consciousness.
yeah, it was like
And-
downloaded hologram.
And then I forget exactly why I believe that there was going to be a sequel, but
you can leave
basically,
that up to That's
yeah, I
there-
mean,
we haven't
basically,
totally spoiled
he's
it.
there, and
His
and
mission was going to continue. is
yes,
what they
somehow he's
insinuated.
going to, the other civilization is still alive.
To me, it was Emmerich just trying to create some explanation, but all he really knew is people want to see a movie where the moon crashes into the earth.
Yes.
Drop the mic.
Boom.
Yeah.
You nailed
Agreed.
it, Bill.
Agreed.
Exactly.
And he took like these elements
Does it?
that he knows worked and sprinkled them in accordingly. And it
Yeah.
was just
Sewed
like
it together.
a series of those elements that always
Gave
work.
it some explanation.
I mean,
Yeah.
It was
that's the
ridiculous.
negative part of the movie.
Ridiculous.
Negative part of the movie is it a little too complicated. It didn't need to be. It should have been more. I would have rather see what are we going to do. The moon is.
No, because then it would have been trying to be like scientific, and it was too ridiculous to be that. Like you couldn't be realistic in any form or fashion.
Okay, I mean, yeah, I just wanted the moon to
It was
kill
competing
everybody.
alien intelligence, and like it had to be out there so that it was like complete suspended disbelief.
What was your favorite part?
CG. Every CG disaster scene was
Yeah.
fantastic. That's why I'm going to rewatch it.
When they're just about to take off in the rocket.
Yes.
Oh my God!
That's the best one.
And the wave is coming.
Right.
Yeah,
That got
And
us
they,
all
like,
going.
Launch a rocket like through
Yeah.
a tidal wave.
Get out of there!
10, 9, 8. The hell with it. And then he hits the button at about 6.
That's exactly
Right?
what you were thinking. You were like, "Why are we counting down? Just press the button.
Hit it.
Yeah.
And
Get
then
out of there!"
What are you waiting for?
the shuttle is coming through the water. You're expecting the rockets to be.
I'm not a rocket expert,
extinguished.
but I don't believe inside the capsule is a button to press to
just hit
take
it.
off.
No.
No, but that was great.
Yeah. No, they got a key fob now for that. Yeah.
Key
Right,
fob.
right.
Yeah, that was one of the best
I
scenes.
imagine it's a 2-key launch, but
Oh right, yeah.
There were some holes. Also, Michael Pena died at one point because he didn't want to share his oxygen with his daughter.
but they were
Yes,
like
like
20
100
yards from the goal,
100
so
feet.
that sucked. Yeah.
It's like, and then as soon as she got in there, they were all like, "Oh, the oxygen's back." He's like, "Oh, are you kidding me?"
Right.
Yeah, so there was, you don't
There was that.
don't
It was
Just
it was a
enjoy it.
really good bad movie.
get a bunch of popcorn and some snacks.
Great bad movie.
There you go.
To
Your favorite
To-
beverage.
eat pizza, drink, and nobody's going to complain if you
Yeah.
scream.
Yeah, you could
during
go to the
movie.
bathroom, and they're probably not going to need to catch you up when you get back.
Nope.
But if you're gonna rent this movie and sit by yourself and just watch it,
Mm-hmm.
I think you'll probably be disappointed.
Yeah, don't take it seriously.
Nope.
Right?
Maybe.
I mean, you know what I mean?
Unless you just have that same attitude, even though I'm just by myself.
Right, that's
Right.
true.
Just have some fun by yourself.
Yeah.
Sure. You
might
can
want-
yell all by yourself. That's fine too.
I do that all
Come
the time.
on.
I think if you guys weren't watching it with me, it would never have been as fun.
Oh
No.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would have probably thought it was dumb. You know.
Yes.
We were laughing
Yes,
our heads
that's
off.
what
Yeah.
Zach was saying throughout
was
it.
fun.
He was like, "Oh, this is really dumb. This
Yeah.
is really dumb." But he ended up watching the whole thing and kind of liked it by the end.
I bet he smiled.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen dumber.
I've seen dumber.
You know, yeah. To me, Armageddon and Deep Impact,
Well, what's funny?
way better.
It's funny because like I saw Armageddon, twice at the theater. I bawled
Whoa.
my eyes out. Like,
Okay.
at the time that felt like
Mm.
for real. Like
Right.
that's how the end of the earth might look.
Yeah.
But this is not that. This is not that at all. And if you go back and watch Armageddon now, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so ridiculous. This
Yeah.
is so stupid.
I still watch it.
I mean, I love it.
Yeah, it's good. I've recently watched it, so
But
I like Deep Impact where
Yes.
the
Yeah,
water's
Deep
coming
Impact
up
has-
the mountains.
I
Right,
like
that has
The Day
bad
After
reviews.
Tomorrow too.
Yeah,
It's
there you
guilty
go.
pleasure. I love those kind of movies.
I like a disaster movie. They've been
Yeah.
around since, what were they way
The
back
Core?
when? Titanic. No, I mean, what was the big ship movie back when we were kids?
Oh, Poseidon
Poseidon
Adventure.
Adventure.
Poseidon
That's a good
Adventure.
one. How
Tower-
many lives?
The Towering Inferno,
Towering Inferno.
Right,
Those are good
right.
ones.
I'll just
But
start
all of
somewhere.
Earthquake.
All of that had
Earthquake.
like elements of seriousness. My point is like I could still guilty pleasure get into Armageddon and maybe even shed a tear if I was all by myself. This movie had none of that for me.
No.
There was zero
none.
amount of
Right.
serious emotional connection.
Right, they did not do a good job of creating.
I
that.
don't
They
know
needed
if
to
that
have
was
the
the goal,
president,
but-
telling the world that things are going to get bad. It seemed really quick, like
It was
boom,
very quick.
Like the,
It was
the
like-
world is flooding.
Yeah, I'm
did,
like
right.
the head of NASA, and I'm out. Here's my badge.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
good luck.
Go ahead, Halle Berry. Just take over.
You got this.
I'm gonna go be with my kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
That was fine though. They squished out a extraneous 30 minutes of drawn out.
Right.
It was actually
Serious stuff.
130-minute movie.
It
It
was.
felt
yeah.
like it went fast.
Yeah, but I
2
mean, they
hours and
probably
10.
could have trimmed it to 90,
Yeah,
maybe.
would have felt like a blink then. I feel like.
It is long, right? It did not seem that long to me when we were watching it.
The alcohol was a factor.
Right,
that was
right.
definitely part of it, right?
You need alcohol for this
This
movie.
is a qualified recommend.
They
This is
coulda-
rated 5.2 IMDb. That is
Yeah,
pretty low.
pretty low.
I would never watch a movie that was rated 5 on IMDb.
Right.
But I loved the when the moon gets real close and there's a gravity pull or something, and now when you're walking, you were like bouncing.
Right.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like
You know,
walking
you're-
on the moon.
Like walking on the moon.
I love that.
yeah.
It was kind of cool. Some of those effects that you special effects you've never seen before in other movies. But otherwise, my favorite recent disaster movie is probably San Andreas Fault. I like that.
San Andreas.
San Andreas.
No, not
with the
Fault.
Rock.
Yeah,
Oh.
with the Rock.
Yeah, that
that's-
was fun.
Oh, that's
also
really good.
ridiculously unbelievable. I mean, oh my gosh.
Yeah, but
The
they spent a lot
helicopters.
more
You know,
money on special effects. I'm saying of
Right, that's a
disaster.
little simpler story. That's just trying to get his
Buildings
daughter.
crashing and I also like 2012.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Also a Roland Emmerich movie.
Oh,
Yeah, he knows what he's doing in this genre.
There you go.
So
So
there
what
you
about
go.
recommends?
That's what he's a qualified.
so again, a qualified.
Qualified
good.
recommend.
You need beer and
Yeah.
friends,
It was
popcorn.
a great bad movie.
Yeah.
You know, some people don't like to watch a movie and have everybody go, shh, you can't talk.
Right.
And you know, there's people that want to talk.
Right.
So
Yeah.
this is a movie.
This is somebody's
We
we
favorite.
movie
encourage
for
you
you.
It's
to
a
talk.
party movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
There you go.
talk and look at the screen and stop and rewind. And
Yeah, when you got your friends over, you want to talk with them. So it's like a participating. Like,
Yeah.
no, get out of there! Oh, the wave's going to hit you.
this
Yeah.
is not the Northman.
It's not the Northman.
No, you
by
don't have to
any
really
means.
concentrate to pay attention
It's
to
not
this.
the outer limits
Outer-
or whatever.
Right.
Outer
Outer
range.
Outer range. Nope. Okay. I'm gonna say recommend.
Yeah.
Qualified.
Yeah,
Qualified.
qualified recommend.
Me too.
If I put an asterisk right next to my thumb
yeah.
there.
Right.
But of
Could
all
do
my disaster movies that I own, probably the least. But the special effects, boy, I can't wait
There
to
were
watch.
some fun moments for
Yeah.
sure.
Fully-
It did help watching it on your,
Uh-huh.
you know,
I was gonna
10-foot
say,
screen with
bigger
the
screen
insane,
lens to
you know,
it for this movie
right.
experience.
Watching it on your phone, probably really bad. Really, really bad.
Oh yeah, this is. Oh
You know.
my God.
Don't watch it on a laptop.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
I will
if
definitely
possible.
rent this and watch it again when it comes out